Event number 4, the final event, will be shoulder smash. This event will also be for time and will work very much like a chipper. The first part of the event is a 3K bike. We're not going to demo any of the biking for you, but it's a 3K bike. You get to subtract 0.2 of a kilometer for each female on your team. You can split that bike however you want. You can divide it in thirds and each of you take it out at a time. You can switch off every 10 seconds if you want. Whatever you want to do, you just got to get through the 3K. After that comes the gymnastics portion of the workout. So the first movements will be on the bar. It's going to be 25 toes to bar, 25 knees to elbow, and 25 knees to chest. Each of the 3 athletes must select one of those movements and complete all of the reps before the next athlete goes. So if Nick's doing 25 toes to bar, he's got to do all his toes to bar before the knees to elbows athlete goes. Let's look at what each of those movements look like. For toes to bar, Nick is extending fully at the bottom. His toes touch the bar on each rep. Go ahead and come down. His feet must come back, swing in line with the pegs. He then comes up and his toes make contact with the bar at the top. Going in between the arms and short of the bar does not count. Toes to bar, not toes under bar. The second movement will be knees to elbows. Go ahead and demo that. Same thing, extending at the bottom, driving up, touching his knees to his upper arm. Go ahead and come down. The knees must make contact somewhere between this part of the armpit and anywhere on the arm for the rep to count, right? It cannot make contact with the armpit because that's really the torso, right? That's not the actual arm. So we got to make contact with the underside of the arm. Athlete number 3 will be doing 25 knees to chest. Go ahead and do those. Extend at the bottom each time. Knees must break this 90-degree plane. So Nick's bringing them up and touching his chest, but go ahead and show this would work as well. As long as his knees are coming above that 90-degree line parallel to the floor, then we're totally good with that. We complete our gymnastics on the rig. The second gymnastics piece of this chipper will be the handstand push-up / push-up section. Athlete number 1 will complete 25 handstand push-ups. Athlete number 2, 15 handstand push-ups. Athlete number 3, 20 standard push-ups. Any of the athletes doing handstand push-ups are able to pay the movement penalty to switch their handstand push-ups to push-ups. It's ×3 push-ups. So if I was the athlete that was supposed to do 15 handstand push-ups and I didn't have those, I could do 45 push-ups and it would count as the handstand push-ups. Now, looking at handstand push-ups, the movement starts with Nick fully extended, heels up against the wall. His head must touch the pad. The rep is finished with him fully extended back up with his heels against the wall. That's really it. The one thing that we'll see on handstand push-ups come off, I'll demo this real quick. You must fully lock out your arms and have your heels in contact with the wall to complete the rep. Lots of times we'll see people, they're up here, we come down, right? And then they go to kick up into it and they get full extension, but they come off the wall. That was not a rep because I didn't make contact with my heels while I was fully extended on the rep. For the athletes doing push-ups, whether you're subbing those for handstand push-ups or whether you are just doing push-ups, we need to see clear chest contact with the ground, full extension at the top. Chest contact, full extension. Judges are going to be very, very, very strict on your push-ups. Because the push-up is such a short range of motion and people do them so quickly, it is very common for people to short ranges of that. So if you're someone doing push-ups, I would be very careful to pause at the top, show that you're hitting a full lockout there. Women may do push-ups from their knees. That is allowed. After the handstand push-ups and the push-ups, you're starting the true chipper portion. You got to complete 60 reps of cleans, 60 reps of shoulder to overhead, and 60 reps of devil press. Only one athlete can be working at a time, but you can split those reps up however you want. In theory, Nick could hit all 60 cleans in a row. It doesn't have to be split. It doesn't have to be split evenly between athletes, so cater to whose strengths might be different. Let's talk about what the standards for each movement look like. One athlete working at a time, Nick will complete the cleans. That would be 1 rep. The plates must touch the ground between each rep, and the rep is finished with Nick's hips locked out, knees locked out, and his elbows in front of the bar. Show them not locking out all the way. Yep, perfect. Not a rep, right? Because he wasn't fully locked out at the top. He was catching in that dip and then releasing before he locked out. Also show them that reverse curl thing. Not a rep. I recognize that the bar is touching where the clean goes, but the elbows they don't have to come up to pointing straight forward, but they must what's called flash in front of the bar this way in order for the rep to count. After we hit the 60 cleans, you'll do 60 shouldered overheads. These can be push presses, push jerks. I certainly hope you're not split jerking them. It's gonna slow your team down a lot. But basically, we're just making sure that we're locking it out each time. 1, great rep. Great, locking it out. Making sure we're locking out. Show them a not locked out one for the jerk. Yep, not a rep. Finally, devil's press. Finally, you will complete Bum, 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 bum. Finally, you will close this competition down by completing 60 devil's press. Please note, it doesn't state it on here, these are 2 dumbbell devil's press. So, for a devil's press, we do a burpee with the 2 dumbbells. Chest and hips touch the ground, or the chest can touch the dumbbells. Stand up, both dumbbells come up overhead. 1 rep, going back down. 2 reps. These are really tough ones to have a movement fault on. The only thing that we occasionally see in Saturday is people go to finish that, and they finish it right here, and they go back down from there. Remember, you need to lock those arms out in line with your ears, straight up overhead, stacked over your body in order for the rep to count. Hips locked out as well, don't swing them up yet. Followed by 60 bicep curls.
He's good that.
That's it. Once you complete your 60 devil's presses, you will migrate your way over to the fridge to obtain some adult beverages so that we can all celebrate. Looking forward to it. See you all soon. Boom.